top 3 platforms I've made the most money from online as a freelancer is Upwork, Fiverr, and LinkedIn. So there is a part of LinkedIn that everybody uses, and there is another part of LinkedIn that not too many people are even aware of its existence. And that is one of the things we'll be discussing in this video. So I will be explaining the part that we all know, and then I will be introducing us to the part that not everybody knows. So let's jump right to it. But before we do that, hit the like button if you are happy to be here. So LinkedIn has another part that is tailored to operate and function and work exactly like Upwork, Fiverr, freelancers.com, and every other freelance platform you know. So that's what this video is about. My name is Abegunde. Let's jump right to it. I've gotten 7 full-time job offers within the last 8 months. I've gotten several freelance clients, and I have networked with professionals way higher than me in the career ladder. On LinkedIn, I have made friends, made mentees, and all on LinkedIn. I got enough value from LinkedIn, and that's what I'll be teaching you about in this video. So let's jump right into the 5 steps you can take to supercharge your LinkedIn to get opportunities. Step 5, improve your profile. So when you talk about improving your profile, your headline, that one sentence line that says what you do, that appears when you comment on other people's posts. For mine, it shows Upwork Top Rated Plus, content strategist, content designer. So like that is exactly what you want people to see. So everywhere you appear on LinkedIn, people get to see that one line. Get a professional picture. This creates a better impression of you to your prospective clients on LinkedIn. Even you can use it on Upwork. Some of you, the reason why you are not getting a job is because you are not looking competent in your picture. Most of your clients would never get to see you in person. If they are only going to see the picture, ensure that you put enough effort into ensuring that the picture is top quality and it represents you well as a person of quality. The next thing I'll be talking about is your professional header. That's image on your profile. When you open people's profile, you see the image is about this size. That image has to be designed well. You can use Canva to design it, and if you can afford it, pay a professional to do this for you. It will make a whole lot of difference on your profile and create a better impression to prospective clients. Write a compelling summary of your achievement, of your expertise, and your education, your academics and courses you've done on your LinkedIn profile. If you don't write it there, clients won't know you are that good. Don't forget to include your unique selling points. Another thing about your LinkedIn is when you open the account, you have a default URL that comes with your LinkedIn account, but LinkedIn gives you the option to customize your URL. Check that out in your settings and change the URL. Mine is linkedin.com/in/speaking pen. It makes it easier for you to share with people. Another thing you should do is you should ask your followers for endorsement, for recommendation, and in fact, you can ask your connections for referrals. If you don't ask, they won't give. Some of them might not be able to give you a job, but they know someone that can give you the job. So you sometimes need to ask the ones you are close enough to. Before we move on to the next one, hit the like button. I'll count 1 to 5 for you to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's proceed. Number 4, create content. Not just creating content, you need to create content consistently. You know, a lot of people will do this for 1 week, 2 weeks, and they blank out. So you need to go at a pace that you can sustain. You know, you don't start the first week and you are posting 100 content in 1 week, then the next week you are not posting anything. If you can post just 1 content in 2 weeks, that is fine for a start. So sharing good content attracts more followers and more connections to you. More connections are prospective leads. More leads are convertible to sales. And sales means that you will be smiling to the bank like this guy. For ideas of content to share content showing your best works on LinkedIn. Don't share everything at once. Share that in bits. Share content about your professional journey. Share content about your experience to help others, as I am doing right now. And you don't even have to write all content yourself. You can create materials in your industry. For example, if you are into photo manipulation, you can create materials and reference the source. When you start creating content actively, you can occasionally market your services actively. That's inbound marketing strategy. So if you don't have the time to create content consistently, you can employ a professional. A couple of persons have hired me to write their LinkedIn content or to do one or two things for them in terms of creating content for their platforms. Then one thing I want to talk about is use of hashtag. It's better not to use it at all or you use it correctly. So it's better to use it modestly. So step 3, distribute your content. Now that you are creating content on LinkedIn, don't just leave the content lying fallow. You need to distribute your content to other platforms where you've already established authority, like where people already know you, like WhatsApp, Telegram, your Twitter, and your Facebook. So you can leverage those platforms to drive traffic to LinkedIn. Amazingly, these persons you are inviting on all these other platforms, they already have a LinkedIn account, so they can just engage with your valuable content. You can also share content on your LinkedIn page to your mailing list. That way, you already have a database of audience who love your work, so you can drive traffic to your LinkedIn. You can establish that social proof and good social presence for your prospective clients. Another thing you can do on LinkedIn is to leverage influencers. By leveraging influencers, I'm not talking about just spamming and then begging them to do something for you. No, they don't even know who you are. Yes, they are nice people. But then when you message an influencer, start by looking for a way to give value or just being a loyal follower. I know some people that comment on almost everything I post on LinkedIn. So when these persons message me in my DM, they don't look like absolute strangers. I've been seeing their comments on my posts. Like when I see them in my DM, I know that, okay, this person is interested in social topic I talk about. So not seeing absolute strangers who never liked, who never followed, who never engaged, who never commented on any of your platform and then just appeared before you and they're asking you, please come and rewrite the whole of my Upwork profile for me. Who does that? I'm not idle. Request is built on relationship. So build relationship before you place a request. Then another thing you should do to create a buzz around your LinkedIn is to add a link to your LinkedIn to your website. So when people come to your website, they can check you out on LinkedIn, so where you post more active content. Before we move on to the next tips, please romance that like button with your finger and then kiss the subscribe button with your finger. Subscribe button. Kiss. On to the next one. Step 2, engage. Some people are still very uptight on LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn was once a job site, but now it is a social media platform for professionals, a social media platform. Engage. You need not to be uptight. It's not a platform for noise, but then it's a platform where you want to be visible. And if you don't engage with content of other people, you might not gain the visibility you need. What do I mean by that? You have your academic qualification on your profile, you have some of the courses you've taken on your profile, and you have your experience on your profile. That is amazing. But who gets to see it? So if you want people to see that more frequently, engage with the content of other people. So when you comment meaningfully on the post of other people, especially influencers, people get to see you and check out your profile. You can experiment that this week. Start commenting actively and meaningfully on discussions you see. You would observe that your profile will begin to gain more visibility. Before I started posting content actively and engaging with the content of other people, my LinkedIn profile only gets about 300 to maybe a maximum of 500 views, in spite of the fact that I put in energy to optimize my profile. But when I started posting content actively on LinkedIn, I began to get up to 1,500 to 3,000 plus views, most times within a very short period of time. So if some of those views are looking out to recruit, there's a higher chance that they would see me and want to hire me. That's why I get a couple of more offers. One more thing you should do in terms of engaging is to send out connection requests to people you are interested in their works. You are interested in what they do. You are interested in their paths. So constantly send connection requests to prospective clients and colleagues in your industry. Then follow other freelancers. You can learn a lot from other freelancers. So finally, we are at the number 1 point. You have to do step 5, 4, 3, 2 before you jump to step 1 for this to be effective. And that is pitching. I get messages from people on LinkedIn asking me to come and take a course in a university, asking me to come and sign up for a program or for a product. The first thing I do is to check the profile of the person sending it. And so if step 5, 4, 3, 2 have been fulfilled on that person's profile, that message the person sent to me has more authority and has more tendency to convert. But then if you send me the best message in the world and then I check your profile and it's looking wishy-washy and you don't even have a profile picture, I can't just trust that that message is not a scam or a spam. So pitching is not about writing a good copy and then sending it to the DM of everybody. To do that correctly, remember I said relationship before request. So now let's put it in this form and say relationship before pitching. So for new prospects, don't start in their DM, start in their general post. Some of the clients you are targeting don't really have much engagement on LinkedIn. So maybe the person gets an average of 3 likes and no comments. So be that one person that is commenting on their post maybe for the next 2 weeks. Then after that 2 weeks, you've been commenting meaningfully. Most likely they respond to your comments. Then now you can go into the DM and pitch something to them. So at that point, you are not looking like an absolute stranger that they can yank off. Then pitching should not be limited to LinkedIn. Attend industry events. So when you attend these industry events, you can get senior colleagues of yours who can always outsource jobs to you. If it's a freelancer event, you can get top-rated freelancers who can outsource job to you if you are just beginning in freelancing. So if you attend events, both online and offline, you can get opportunities from those events. So now let me add an extra tip. Remember in the beginning of this video, I said there are 2 sides to LinkedIn, the part that everybody uses and the part that not many people use. So now I'll be talking about the part that not many people are aware of or not many people use, and that is LinkedIn Marketplace. LinkedIn have a special part that is dedicated to freelancers and independent contractors, where client can give you a job and when you do it well, they drop reviews. But the downside to this is that you cannot review the client. So unlike Upwork, where if the client misbehaves, I can also give my own opinion of how the transaction went, what the client also did wrong. But on LinkedIn, only the client can review you. And the link to this LinkedIn Marketplace is displayed right on the screen, and then you can check it out in the description below. So this video you have just watched will get you started in your LinkedIn success story, provided you implement the things that I have said now. I'll share more LinkedIn tips as we go on. Type more in the description below if you want me to share more content about LinkedIn.